What's up, YouTube? Southern Comic Geek coming to you with a huge, and I said huge. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal, amazing, wonderful, fantastic. Huge unboxing video today. And so decided to go live when I got home. Been gone all week, and when I got home, I had 11, count them 11 boxes of comics when I got home. And so going to open them up one by one. I know what a lot of them are. Not so sure on other ones. I didn't really pay attention to who they were from or whatever like that. So just kind of got in here and wanted to jump on. What's up, Perry? Yo, yo, yo. William Smallwood, thank you for stopping by, but got some huge unboxings. Now, the hugest one, I do know this, was supposed to have been here last week. And unfortunately, Canadian postage did not make it till today. Box looks pretty good, so hopefully the contents are all safe and snug inside. And now that one is so huge, I gotta save it to the end, gotta have the grand finale, as it were. But I do have a lot of good ones in the meantime, so appreciate anybody catching this live or on the rewind. And hopefully everybody's staying safe out there. Have a good time. Hopefully your LCSs are opening back up and you're able to take advantage of some good deals. Because I imagine some of these LCSs that have been closed all this time, they're going to be looking for some quick revenue. So I imagine they're going to be doing a lot of big sales, especially in states that are keeping things locked down for a little bit longer. And so I was in Louisiana this week. And having been to Mississippi and Georgia and others where most everything's already opened back up, I get to Louisiana. I can't even go to a cotton picking comic shop. What is wrong with this world? So anyhow, had plenty on waiting on me at home. So pick this up on the Instagram and from Nemesis Prime. Autobots transform. Yeah, Nemesis Prime. And I think he's part of the 3 Men in a Basement group. And saw this awesome cover, had to pick it up. And it looks like he threw me some freebies in there. So thank you, Nemesis Prime, for being on the... Ooh, so check out these freebies first. Edge of Venomverse #1. Looks like a little Venomized Daredevil and maybe Elektra. Here's a big one. Wow. Spider-Woman #2. Newsstand. Check that out, man. And Spider-Gwen #1, the David Nakayama cover. So check that out. That was pretty cool in of itself. So thanks again, Nemesis Prime. But this is the bad boy that I wanted to get. This is Astonishing X-Men on the Essentials Sequential.com variant. And that's Mark Brooks' goodness at its best right there. Check out that. So the cherry blossoms or whatever tree that is. Is anybody paying attention to the back tree anyway? But what's up, Roderican? Thanks for joining. Yeah, so does anybody pay attention to the tree? Did anybody notice there was a tree? What color are her eyes? I don't think anybody noticed, but that is certainly some great artwork right there. Magic Lasso, thank you for roping your way into the huge. I said huge. Absolutely amazing. Phenomenal. Never been beat before. Awesome. Huge unboxing videos. And as I mentioned before, the biggest one, the grand finale, is going to be the last. And so hopefully everybody will stay around for the grand finale. And this one I got from off of Instagram. And so there's a guy, is it Matt Marlin, MM Comic Sales. I think he does one like usually every Wednesday. Usually check out his Instagram sales. Usually has some good deals on them. And the thing I like about his in particular is that it's very organized. Even though there's only one person on there that's making those sales and taking the bids and keeping track of everything, it's only him. Even though that's the case, it's very organized, and that is something that Instagram lacks is the organization. I tell you what, some auctions on YouTube are that way too. You get auction some there. People are like, I think I'm going to sell this, or I think I'm going to sell that. You don't know. You didn't check this out before you showed up. Come on, man. Really? What's up, Jabroni, the comic Jabroni, joining us all the way from Georgia, I assume. And Warlord, hello, hello. And so I got these from M&M Comic Sales, and he had told me he had shipped them earlier this week from New York, not New Jersey, from New York. And hopefully I didn't breathe in any corona. And man, what are y'all all doing out there in the comic book community? Hopefully staying safe, having some fun, catching up on some comics, or becoming a YouTube sensation, kind of like Perry. Who knew that all you had to do was watch a couple of movies that, he says he's never seen before, wink, wink, nod, nod, right? And become a YouTube sensation. Who knew? That's America. America. A great nation that it is. Anyhow, from heroes to icons. Hope it don't smell like New York. Didn't smell like New York. Doesn't smell like Teen Spirit either. Got the Nirvana song stuck in my head now. Yep. Watching Pawn. Rod put in, he was watching Pawn Stars. And so as soon as I seen that, instead, I thought, watching porn stars. What's going on, Rod? What are you putting out there on the internet? America. What's up, Metaphorical? Thank you for joining us. And so, another shout out to M&M Comic Sales on thing, because here he includes this little note right here. Freebie. Thanks so much. Love getting those freebies, guys. Love it. That would have been what Perry would have been watching. Porn stars. So this is Venom #1, the variant edition, 3rd print. Looks like Ryan Stegman cover. And so pretty cool. Got it for the free. And if you're catching this live, or if you're catching it on the rewind, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button and the notification bell so that you get notified when videos like this get dropped. And so I will be doing a 400 subscriber giveaway. Perry goes, 400 subscribers. Oh, I remember the day when I only had 400 subscribers. But, us little guys, just remember the little guys, man. So this is Venom #11. This is, I think, a Dave Gibbons cover. If it's not him, it's somebody that kind of gave him an homage, or 3 monitors, one watching you, one, wow. And one, yeah, right. So the Venom 11 cover, the Watchmen homage. So pretty cool. Picked that one up. Then we got Star Wars #1. This is not the newest series that came out. This is the one before that. But the homage to, was it Amazing Spider-Man 129? First appearance of Punisher, and got Han Solo in the sight of Boba Fett. Got a Deceased #1. The Pennywise variant. Do you want to come see me, little kid? Look, if kids are that stupid, they might have needed to have been called out, right? So if you're old enough to remember the original one, that's what made kids hate clowns, okay? That's what made kids hate clowns. But a cool Deceased variant there. Wolverine #10, some Bill Sienkiewicz goodness on the front cover there. This is the first fight between Wolverine and Sabretooth. Evil! I didn't spend $1 million, but I did spend a lot of money on the books that are coming up shortly. These are some of the light ones. Star Wars Darth Vader #3. This is the first appearance of Dr. Aphra. Picked this up. I think I got a little case of auction fever on this baby right here because I'm like, no, I'm not going to lose this one. Bid, bid, bid! Only to say, man, the next day I saw one up way cheaper than what I spent for it. So it wasn't all that bad. City of Bane 81. This is the Matina variant, maybe? Yeah, I think, or Del Auto, one of the two. And so kind of an homage back to the original Batman being broke by Bane. Someone's getting giddy tonight. Yes, and all that is in my cup is a little, no, not Starbucks. It is a little coffee, but yeah, so let me see who we got here. This one comes from Colorado. Ooh, I know what this one is. I know. So it just happened to be on the Instagram last weekend, I believe it was, and saw this new seller, decided to get up in there. Yeah. You know, Jabroni, it's probably all your fault that I spent all that money on there. Because I'm like, no, I'm having flashbacks of Jabroni coming in there saying, I got deep pockets, brother. I'm going to make it rain up in here. And next thing you know, Jabroni's walking away with 3 slabs, count them, 3 slabs of Red Hood goodness. And so, yeah, I was probably having flashbacks. I'm not going to lose this time. I don't care what I got to spend. So I was on the Instagram, the IG as it were, and saw these new, well, they were new to me sellers. They might be selling for years on end. But YouTube, exactly. Look, Jabroni, when any of us can combine together and make all the money that Perry's making, we can all retire, right? But so anyways, I seen that on there and picked up some good deals. It was one of those auctions that wasn't really well watched. So it's kind of the benefactor of that. And that's kind of the thing I'm sure that you have to watch when you're throwing out big books on an auction that is not very well, boy, that was a fail. That is not really well populated, that you can throw books up there. If you better be willing to lose money on them then, right? Yeah, there you go. Hey, Meta, we all got to take those baby steps, right? You know, baby steps. So this one is Fantastic Four and X-Men versus X-Men #1. This is the C2E2 variant. It's glow in the dark, 330 of 3,000. I really like the Mark Brooks covers better. This is maybe Frank Cho. Yeah, Frank Cho. And so like that better, but thought that was pretty cool with it being numbered and being glow in the dark. So thought that would be pretty cool to pick up. So I did. And then he must have threw this. Man, I'm getting some kind of freebies. Karma at its best. Well, this is the Weapon Plus Wolverine plus Captain America #1. Because I didn't buy that one. But I did buy these. Batman, Sword of Azrael #1. This was kind of just was part of the deal. Wasn't the real reason I was buying these. Batman 609. I've got it, but I said, yeah, get another copy, or I can sell one on an auction somewhere. This is the reason I got it. Batman 358. Newsstand. This is the second appearance of Killer Croc. This is the issue after Jason Todd's first appearance. So this is an early Jason Todd appearance as well, I believe. And then Detective Comics starring Batman. And that's not the end of Solomon Grundy, born on Monday. And I don't remember the rest of it. But that's Detective Comics 523. 523. Yeah, undervalued key, Azrael. I think so. Mr. Jabroni. All right, what we got next here, people? DTA Collectibles. I don't remember who this is. Hopefully not somebody I paid a lot of money for shipping for, because they mailed it in this as opposed to mailing it in a priority package. Be careful doing this because you don't know how people package stuff, or it gets jostled around in the middle of that and ends up cutting the comic, and then you want to go. Or wish Corona toe on them. Okay, let's see here. What we got. Okay, what we got is an advertisement for something. No. Let's see what we got. Yes. So I have, you said I have deep pockets. You got packages for days coming in the mail, bruh. Yeah. I spent way too much money, that's for sure. So I've got all of Uncanny X-Men volumes 1 through 5. And I decided to be a further completionist in my set and get all of the annuals. And so AA Comics, what's going on, man? Decided to pick up all the annuals. This was the only one I was lacking, and this is issue number 1. And so the annuals back in the day were all listed as king size, and they were all really just reprints of earlier comics. And this is some 25-cent goodness right there. And this is the retelling of the first Avengers versus X-Men battle. Pretty decent shape to be such an old. I spoke too soon. Spoke too soon. It looked like a little mousey decided to eat up on that spine right there. All right, well, though I'm a completionist, I'm not a perfectionist when it comes to especially the older comics. So I was glad to finish that one off. Oh, I know what this is. To be fair, I'm in my undies. Perry, that is not exactly what we all wanted to envision about you. I'd rather dream of your Corona toe than thinking about you in your whitey tighties or your thongs or whatever else you're wearing. Ladies' underwear, maybe. And so I bought this. I was on a late night show with Two Brothers Comics and Bub's Comics and several other folks. And Bub got to talking about the first real appearance of Wolverine, which is in Boom Comics. And so I was like, So I went directly on eBay while we were on the show and picked it up. And here I am spoiling what I got, right? So I ordered this and this other book. I got them from, it's called Lone Star Comics, but it's, they call it something else online. MyComicShop.com. And so I ordered it and I said, "Ooh, it's goody, it's coming this way." And I'm watching the thing and it gets to Jackson, Mississippi. So it's only an hour away from me. I'm going, okay, well, it's 1 day away. And then the next thing I know, it's going to Houston. And I said, what the hey, man? And so contact them and they say, look, we don't know. So it goes to Houston before it comes all the way back to Jackson. So some guy somewhere was throwing boxes on there and it got thrown on there. So it went from Dallas, Texas to Jackson, Mississippi, back to Houston, and then back here. So, hey, I'm just glad it came in one piece because, like I said, this is Boom Comics number 2. This is a magazine that Marvel used to put out. It is got coloring pages and crossword puzzles and the like in there. But this was kind of like Marvel. Oh, crap. What's it called? Marvel Premiere, not Marvel Premiere, but the one where they kind of preview, Marvel previews maybe. And so Silver Age Dave, thank you for joining us today. And so this one is Jim Steranko cover. So if we ever get another chance to get to a Comic-Con and I get to see Mr. Steranko again, I'm going to be popping this baby open and getting this signed. Notice it's a high grade, but it is a green label. But I thought that was kind of cool considering it is green with the Hulk, and was able to get a pretty good deal. One of the things in here is colored on, and that's why it's there. But so there's an advertisement in here for those of you who might not know. This is an advertisement for various ideas people would write in, and this kid sends in this thing for Wolverine, showing regenerative powers, his costume, and the like. Why does CGC label look so small? This is an older label, and it's magazine label, so I think that's why. But yeah, so he sent in the deal. So he claims he's the guy that came up with Wolverine, and so the advertisement's in there. So collectors will go, wow, I really want that, as the first appearance of Wolverine. So, so while I was looking through Foom Comics, there is another Foom first appearance. There are several, by the way, that people would list as a first appearance. But there's another one of a team. Here's your hint that I collect. And it is actually Foom number 10. And it is only a 4.5, but this is the first appearance of the new X-Men. So this is actually Nightcrawler and Storm, Thunderbird, Colossus. That's their first appearance. So this came out before Giant Size X-Men number 1, similar to what I was talking about with Wolverine. And so it previewed. Now, in this particular instance, it was really, it talks about the new team coming out. So it's a little more in depth. But yeah, this is their first appearance. Now, this is only a 4.5. I really wasn't worried about so much the high grade. It really presents real well. This was an interesting thing I thought. I believe CGC has updated the magazine slabs and labels now. Yeah, I think so. Matter of fact, this seems to be a newer one, but it doesn't really seem to be any better than that one. But so here's the interesting thing to me about this one. Some people like to collect date stamps, especially like if it's on your birthday or something neat like that, to each their own. But I kind of like the date stamp thing. I think it tells a story, one that you'll never know, about where that comic ended up at, kind of like the Martin Jewelers. The Martin Jewelers tells you kind of where these comics went to before you picked it up. Most expensive Foom to pick up. Yeah, 10 is Silver Age Dave. You're so much more well-versed in that kind of stuff than I am. So Foom 10, is that the one with Stan Lee on the cover with the various characters drawn out? Type it in the chat if you don't mind. So this was the interesting thing about to me, about this particular copy, as opposed to another one I could have bought for some cheaper, some more expensive. Was check that out. After all these years, the label is still on there where it originally went to. And you see where it went to? Honolulu, Hawaii. Now, is that not neat or what? The other neat part is that obviously this person had moved to another address, and here's the forwarding address. So the piece of history right here. Here's a third thing for you, is that it's M. Richardson. As you know, or might know, my oldest son's name is Michael Richardson. So I thought that was so neat. I mean, it just had so many things going for it. So I picked her up when I was on my Foom kick. And so I got them from the same place, and thought that was kind of cool. Yeah, Stan as the Avengers, right? I've seen some people get that signed by Stan Lee. I'm trying to remember who it was. I just saw that. So that was some pretty big pickups. But guess what, folks? Over easy mode. Thank you for stopping by. Guess what, folks? It gets bigger than that. How can you say it gets bigger than that? Well, I'm glad you asked, and you will find out if you stay tuned, because I'm going to get to it eventually. So, yeah, so those are some pretty big pickups. I mean, not only financially wise, but if you're a Wolverine or X-Men collector, I'm going to buy that now and get it, sign it. Maybe not so much. Yeah, so how can you get bigger? Well, you will see, because I'm whittling these boxes down, people. Whittle them down. Hopefully everybody's week's been excellent out there. Comic books, yeah, expensive pieces of paper. Hitting up a new LCS in Augusta tomorrow. Love getting into the new shops. Hey, Jabroni, if you don't mind, tell me which shop that is. I might have been to that one before. There's one up there north of Atlanta, north of Atlanta, Georgia. I'll think of its name in a minute, but man, they have some killer deals up there. Matter of fact, Dustin from Two Brothers Comics had recommended it to me, and I already been to it, but they got some killer deals. Okay, so this was from an Instagram seller. Typically, when I go to an Instagram, I like to, and I see one I like, I don't just immediately hit let's buy it now. I go through there and check out the other ones that they have so that we can kind of see if it makes sense. Because I don't want one comic to kill me on shipping. So this is X-Men 175. This is what I refer to as the Jim Lee series. This is a Wizard World Boston variant. I did not pay $45 for that, people, or $15 for that. Didn't pay that either. So, but a pretty cool variant that I did not have for the X-Men collection. This is Marvel Age 44. This is the 25th anniversary cover. This is one I didn't have, obviously, otherwise I would have picked it up. But yeah, so this is another one marked off that 25th anniversary list in collecting. Then we got Weapon X #1, signed by the artist, and it's actually numbered on the side. Got a certificate of authenticity on the back. Didn't realize it had that, actually. Dynamic Forces. So yeah, this is number 50. Oh, that's pretty neat. Didn't pay $20 for it either. But this is an homage to Wolverine #1, but it's Sabretooth doing it. And I just recently picked it up, and it might actually be in one of these boxes, the Avengers Arena, where X-23 is doing that. Augusta is east of Atlanta. This is called Dead Media Collectibles. I might have to check it out. I might make a trip to the Augusta. But yeah, Batman 181. This is not the original, obviously. This is the facsimile cover, but I have the original already. Just thought it'd be cool because I've been collecting facsimiles. And who dat? What's going on, man? What's going on, my neighbor to the south of me? But yeah, I decided to pick up that one. Cable #5. This is the Mark Silvestri variant. Cable, favorite X-Man there. And this is one that I've been wanting to pick up, just hadn't found the right opportunity to do so. So Batman 50, Jim Lee, really dope. I like the black and white variant as well on this one. So I picked that one up on the cheap. Yeah, Turtle Power. So this one came from Pennsylvania. I think I know who this one is. So let me cover up my address. But yeah, I got a little Spidey drawing on top of it. Hey, check that out. I'm not going to cut it out or anything, but check it out. Yeah, sometimes those facsimiles go up. People start buying them and slabbing them and selling them and stuff. But yeah, on my wall over there, well, I can't tell you what I'm going to put on my wall next because that'll give away what this last set of books is. But currently I have Twinsies over there. And those Twinsies are comics like the facsimile covers or the newsstand versus the direct homage covers, that type of thing. Interesting. Never had anything packaged in a Target package for comic books anyway. Hey, who dat? Thanks for sticking up for me on that auction the other night on IG. I don't know why I go on that particular auction. I'm not going to call their name out, but who dat? You probably know which one I'm talking about. They are the most disorganized people in the world, and I can understand how it could go really fast, but it's not really the guy that puts them on. It's the other people it's the, I'm trying to do it without giving it away. It's the other people who's trying to help out, and they're like all over the place. It's like, dude, just chill out and look at the stuff. Look at the stuff, okay? Ooh, oh, okay, I know which ones these are. Matter of fact, these are actually for somebody else, except for this one. So this one is Newsstand, and it's a 25th anniversary cover. Amazing Spider-Man one, which is one of the more expensive ones. Looks to be in some pretty decent shape. Matter of fact, only 3 spawning ticks, and none of them are color breaking. So cool. That's the only one that is going in the PC. These other ones right here are actually going out to people, but since I got them, and there might be some Spider-Man fans in the community chat here, decided to show these. So that's Amazing Spider-Man 504. As strange as what my collection might sound to some people, you might, when I say I'm trying to refine my collecting, yeah, who that said the other people were not organized, you're right. So 367, 314, 304, little McFarlane goodness there. 302. Look at Spidey's costume. He looks like the Wicked Witch. I'm melting. What a world. Okay. Amazing Spider-Man 296. Doc Ock, Caught in the Web. Amazing Spider-Man 295. I think that's Bill Sienkiewicz cover there. Life and the Mad Dog War. Amazing Spider-Man 273. The Beyonder. Check out that cool 80s haircut the Beyonder's got. Amazing Spider-Man 278. 278. Justice is served. Spidey style. Got a video call life. Well, peace out, Jabroni. Peace out, man. Amazing Spider-Man 283. 286. And 287. 287. So yeah, I picked those up for some other folks. So we're going to go put those in another stack over there. And I got that one. Yes, that is enough. But wait, there's more. More, you said? Yes, 2 boys and their pops. Thank you. Nice covers. Yes, they are. Appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate everybody for stopping by. And be sure to smash that like button if you haven't already. And subscribe to the channel so we can go ahead and give away those comic books that I got up. Only 400 subscriber giveaway. Give it away now. Oh my goodness. Now we're singing Red Hot Chili Peppers. What's wrong with this picture? What's wrong with him? What's in that coffee? This is from Barbarian Kung Fu. Movie character trivia. What other studio owns distribution rights to Hulk and Submariner? And 2 boys and their pops comes back with Universal. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, I had heard that Marvel got those back, but maybe not. Maybe not. I don't imagine Marvels won't pay for much of anything unless they felt like the other studio was willing to part with it for cheaper because they were in some need of some moolah, some funds, which, like I was mentioning earlier, is going to be some opportunities to get some deals on from some comic shops. Because from the comic shops, they're going to be looking for some quick cash as they open back up, the ones that will open back up. Unfortunately, there's going to be some people that fall prey to just running things on shoestring budgets, you know. Kid on Christmas, but I can't tear my present. How many of y'all ever tore your present opening it up on Christmas because you wanted to open it up so fast? Okay. So we got Astonishing X-Men number 21. 21, little Emma Frost. Then we got Astonishing X-Men number 19. I'm assuming that's Cyclops, maybe, just without his glasses. Dark Knight Returns, The Last Crusade. A little John Romita Joker art goodness there. And thought this was kind of cool. Fantaco's Chronicles. This is the history of the Avengers. It's 80 book from 82. Astonishing X-Men number 6. This is Batman and the White Knight Special Edition, DC Black Label. This was a book. If you ever been on Barbarian Kung Fu's auctions, a lot of times he'll do a $2 auction, and there'll be a mystery book behind there. And so got X-Men Gold number 1, the fried pie variant. Logan eating some pie. The new X-Men Funko Pops. So 2 pops. Are you talking about the like original team Funko Pops? Those do look pretty cool. So these were ones I think I were behind some, or he gave me either one, because I really the cap, or the cape rather, number 2. Hex number 9, Day of the Cyborg. And Omega Man, or Omega Man, number 21. Number 21. Yeah, you're right. I probably did, because I know that he sold on different auctions, but then he was doing some stuff on Instagram too, so I bought a couple there. But I was just kind of trying to compile them together so that I'd have enough to make shipping make sense. So what X-Men team member was added because of popularity from his first appearance? Who dat coming with the mystery? Coming with the mystery. I don't know. Who dat? Who dat? Who dat X-Men? And Two Boys in Their Pop says Wolverine. So this is from Jay Blitz. And Jay Blitz, a lot of times will sell on Z-Collect's channel, and also Midnight Market on Metaphorical's channel. He packed it in a Spider-Man booth box, which is a pretty good alternative if you don't want to go up to the next level here. But first off, we got Astonishing X-Men number 7. This is the lenticular cover. So this is the new team, but then it's the lenticular of Astonishing X-Men, I believe, number 1. So some of these lenticulars you get are pretty cool, but they don't change real well. This one actually changes pretty good. So that's pretty cool. So this lot right here is a lot of X-Men variants. Jay Blitz had picked up, and off of, I think, Comics Elite's website. Some I had been eyeing myself already. So got Batgirl 31, little art germ goodness there. Batgirl just like la 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 la, kind of like Toe Jam and Earl for those of you who played the Sega Genesis game. Toe Jam and Earl. Shadow the Bat number 1. This is the first appearance of somebody, but it's still in its poly bag in the collector's set. Got Batman number 50, a Greg Horn signed copy with the COA on the back. These Batman, he put them up for an auction, and they were bid so low I couldn't pass them up. Then we got Detective Comics 376. Batman! Holy ghost, Batman! You look like you seen a ghost! Oh! Later, Batman realizes that it was a mirror up there. Then we got the Return of Wolverine. This is the Adi Granov variant. So with the X-Force costume on, I think that there's some with the other. This is X-Men number 3. This is limited to 600. This is number 359 of 600. And this is to kick some you know what with the hand folks coming after her. Oh, you saw, yeah, who dat? You saw the one that I picked up? Yeah, I kind of jumped the gun on that, and then got to thinking about it later. And I was like, I'm all right. I just wish normally I'll ask for a discount, but I was so worried about losing it, and so I was like, then I got that Amazing Spider-Man one, the 9/11 cover that was newsstand. I'm like, man, I just need to let that. That's one of the reasons why I let that other guy have it, because I was like, man, I just spent all this money on this giant size X-Men #1, which, by the way, is not here yet. They mailed it today, so that is not the big book that I got in the mail today. So this is the regular trade dress for X-Men 3. World's Finest #145. A little 12-cent goodness. As Biggie would say, a banger, a banger. So 12-cent goodness right there. I'm picking up a lot of old Batman lately. Just kind of soft collecting it. I haven't really been going after it, but just kind of seen some deals and picked them up on the cheap. Most of them are not really high grade or nothing, but them up. What's everybody else been picking up? Which one was better, Spider-Man meeting Superman or Batman meeting Wolverine? Batman meeting Wolverine. Are you talking about when they fought each other? Because I know that Spider-Man and Superman fought each other. Batman, I thought it was Hulk. But I did like the Amalgam comics where they merged Wolverine and Batman together. So this is a Jay Anceletto cover, a Virgin variant of Excalibur #1. Rogue being all you know what on there. Hey. Shouldn't they know? 297 of 750 copies. That was the. Then we got a Perillo cover, and so this is the Virgin variant. This should be near and dear to Whodat's heart. The Cajun, Gambit. This is Excalibur #2, 274 of 600. That's the Virgin variant. Then we got X-Force #1, the trade dress. I think Miles Electra picked up the Virgin variant of this before I could. So Domino on the front. Fallen Angels #1. This is a Shannon Muir variant. Shannon Muir knows can draw some fire. X-Force #2. Little fastball special. Colossus throwing Wolverine at some Sentinels there. Classic. Hey, what's going on, Hero? Is this Hero or is this the kid? Man, got some. So I don't have a 9.8 Whodat. I've got I wonder if that's what that is. I'm not gonna say what else I got for until I open that, because that might be it. New Mutants #2. Forget who. Mikio Sign. This is a pretty cool cover. Got Magneto and the reflection there and the sword. And then Excalibur #2, the regular trade dress variant with Gambit. So I got one more box before I open the huge, and I mean it, huge. It's gonna be absolutely amazing. Box, and this, it might be the one that I was fixing to tell Whodat what I just picked up. So let's see here. I think it is, because it looks like slabs, and that's what that was. Best-selling comics video the other day. Yeah. Heroes and the Kid, they've been killing it over there. I mean, they've been blowing up as far as subscriber count, just killing it on the video content. So be sure to keep it up. Man. Pull tabs, always nice. Well, I thought it was. Might not be. It's not. So, what I was going to say was I have a 9.4 slab, but it's like a 9.4 of 266. That's a direct edition, and I just picked up a newsstand, but it was a 9.4. It's slabbed. So I don't have a 9.8. It's amazing on certain comics, that one being one of them. The difference when you go from a 9.4 to a 9.8 is huge. Stands, because I think I paid as much for that as what I did the other. Okay, so this is from Gamma Collectibles, and so he was on Strictly's auction, either Strictly's auction, or he was on Thorough's auction, one of the two or both. And so bought a couple of comics from him, and he threw in a couple of goodies for. So again, appreciate that. Matter of fact, most of the sellers that have opened today have done that. And if you are one of them and you're watching this live or on the rewind, I do appreciate you throwing her in. And those extra collectibles. And if I can, I will shout you out for what it's worth anyway. Be careful right here. Yeah. So Gamma had noticed that I had asked Mr. Lett if he had this comic right here, and he said, "Hey man, I got that. If you're interested." His was not as in higher grade, but he made me a deal on it, and it is signed. So I said, "Let's add this booger to the PC." PC. Yeah. So New Mutants Marvel graphic novel number 4. This is technically the second appearance of the New Mutants. Most people credit it as the first appearance of the New Mutants. There is actually, similar to the Foon magazines, it's not called Foon, it's called Amazing Adventures, I believe. And I actually have a copy of it too. I bought from Thorough on his auction. I've just noticed that he mailed it today. But anyway, it was kind of a preview deal similar to the Foon magazines. But yeah, so this is the one, and it's signed by Chris Claremont himself. So pretty cool. I mean, you got some rubbing. You don't really have any spine ticks. Corners dinged up a little bit, but hey, that's good for the PC. I threw in this X-Men Legacy, little David Finch goodness right there. I believe this is part of the connecting cover, rather. Agu, thanks for joining, man. You are joining almost just in time for the grand finale, my friend. X-Men number 1. He said, "I'm just going to throw that one in there for you for free." I said, "Appreciate ya." Batman and Grendel, Devil's Riddle by Matt Wagner. I don't remember buying that. But okay. So that's pretty cool. This is What If Wolverine Had Killed the Hulk. And if you notice, folks, I have dropped a lot of hints in this video about what the grand finale is going to be. And this is another clue right there. What if Wolverine had killed the Hulk? We shall never know. How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop? The world may never know. So this is Batman Year 3, 436. This is actually a copy. I have a copy, and I just recently picked up a newsstand version of the same copy. So there is a house right around the corner from me that I picked up this comic book back when it first came out. After I went to the theaters and saw Batman, the Michael Keaton version. And so this was the first one I picked up. And of course, this is actually Tim Drake's first appearance. But yeah, I picked that one up, and I got John Beatty to sign it for me last year. And so it is part of the PC. I'm hoping to go to a Comic-Con in Washington, the one that Bueller normally shouts out. Hopefully it's still going to happen in July, maybe, and SummerCon. And hopefully it's still going to happen. And Marv Wolfman's supposed to be there. And if he is, I'm going to get him to sign the one John Beatty has already signed. So, man, I got a bunch of comics in here. I got a bunch of comics in here. So this is the bad boy right here. If you follow me on Instagram, you notice that if Wolverine and Hulk was a hint, you pop a 181. Haha, hero. You shall soon find out. So these are some comics. There's more than one. As a matter of fact, it might be considered the Holy Trinity. So there's another hint. They are sequential as far as the numerical order of this said series. And this is certainly the biggest purchase I've ever had. I have picked this, I've looked at, almost picked up this one, almost picked up that version, just never was right timing. Kind of snoozed on it, and 179, no. But kind of snoozed on it a little bit, and just never really worked out. But this seller had all three of them for sale. I went back and forth with them on the price of the comics. Benefited a little bit from the exchange rate from Canada to America, since right now, at least, American money is worth more than Canadian money. And so I was able to benefit from that. And so he finally got me back a final price, and I said, I'll do that price if you throw in shipping for free. And so that's what he did, because shipping was like $25 for shipping these comics. So these comics were supposed to come in this past Saturday. I had planned to have this huge reveal, and Captain Comics, it's hard for you, matey. Appreciate you stopping by. Or is this really Tori in disguise? Comics Mix Explained, thank you for stopping. Appreciate y'all all for staying around. Now, for these comics right here, a man like Silver Age Dave and a collection like he's got, he's like, oh, those things, I got 5, 6 of those things. Who cares? But for a little old me, and for all the heat that I've showed you a while ago to say that these are the bad boys of this is actually the most expensive comics that I own. And it's even more expensive than my X-Men 1. Of course, my X-Men 1 is a very low grade, and it is one comic as compared to these 3. But these are the most expensive comics I've ever purchased. So let me start with this one right here. Incredible Hulk 180, as we know, what's credited as the first cameo of Wolverine. So depending on, who you believe, if this is the first full appearance or if this is the second appearance, seeing that Wolverine is listed in the Foom magazine that I showed earlier. So Hulk fighting Wendigo. And so this is a complete copy because you see the blue label, it's 4.5. So the spine is beat to you-know-what. Bottom corner kind of banged up. What the crap? What the crap? This slab is cracked. You've got to be cotton picking joking me. And there's no way this slab cracked in. Let's just call it his 5th appearance. There you go. So this slab is cracked. I'm going to have to go back and look, but I'm almost positive to say that this was not in the notes. And there is no way, though, I would think that this, as good as he packaged it, that it got cracked in shipping. I just don't see it. So that means that he did not reveal it. We'll see. I don't want to accuse him if I'm wrong, but that is definitely disappointing to me from the standpoint that I don't like that there. In reality, would I re-slab it as a result of that being there? No. If I find out that, especially Hero, this came from all the way from Canada. So, I can understand. I did notice that the box looked kind of beat, but it was on the corners. And he had his stuff wrapped pretty good. So I'm thinking that it's more like it was that way before he sent it to me. With that said, I'm going to go back and check it out. It was an eBay purchase, so a little protection there. But I'm going to check this out, and I'll let people know on my next video or whatever. But reality, will I get it reslabbed? Probably not. Exactly. I thought it was special like that. Magic Lasso. I really thought it was kind of cool that it was coming from Canada, and that was one of my hints on Instagram of what the big comic was it was coming from the place of his origin. But yeah, and like I said, so Silver, if he did not disclose it, shame on him. We'll see. But I'm going to check it out after I get off of here, and we'll know for sure. What's up, Justin? Justin, you are just in time to see one of the best X-Men. Not an honorable mention, not a number 10, one of the best top X-Men. Okay. Crazy story about shipping from Canada to USA, not my story from another person on IG. Yeah. So question, if a person reslabs a crack case, do they give you the same barcode? I don't know. Maybe somebody in the chat knows can answer that right there. Justin says Omega Red. No, Justin, this is not Dustin here. Nor is it Sabretooth. It is the much better version of that. But we'll see. But yeah, 4.5 either way. And luckily, if it would be kind of a blessing in disguise, especially if he was willing to cut me a little slack on the price or back on the price. If I felt like I could maybe press it and get a little grade bump on it, but I just looking at it, I'm not sure that I would. Okay, so I'm going to skip that over the big boy to this puppy right here, which is the third or fourth appearance, depending on who you believe. And this is Incredible Hulk 182. This is a restored grade. So that was the interesting thing about this set too, was that it had all the different except for the yellow label, different types of colors. It says top and bottom edge trimmed. They do look pretty straight to be legit. So probably, I don't know. They trimmed it to fit in something. Who knows? The interesting thing, because I just picked up the facsimile cover of this particular comic book, and if anybody's ever read this particular, and yeah, they're fine by me too. Because here's the thing with this one: what does purple remind you of? Somebody's pants. So I thought it was really fitting. It come from Canada, like Wolverine. I was like, man, this thing's meant to be. But anyhow, with this particular comic, if any of you ever read it before, you know what I'm fixing to say. But this really was a really bad stereotype for one of the characters in this deal, and I thought there's no way they would write this comic today. What do you win? You win the Cubie doll, but you probably don't even know what a Cubie doll is, depending on if you're the hero or if you're the kid. But yes, you are correct, because the big boy is the one that I say for last, and that's Incredible Hulk 1. It is a 5.0, and check it out. It is a green label, which again I thought was pretty fitting, considering we got the Hulk right here. The only thing better I could have got is if it was signed, and they will do a green and yellow label. That would be pretty cool with the two characters there. But alas, most of the people that had anything to do with this comic are no longer alive, so that is not going to happen. I believe John Romita Sr. Did the inks on this, and so he's actually still alive and was doing some kind of signing before this whole Corona thing hit. So I don't know. But checking out this cover, it is the Marvel value stamp, which is typically what's wrong with these books. Why they get a green label is missing. That is the only thing missing with this cover comic. And look at, man, that spine is super, super clean. Check that out. If I can do it without the glare there. Check out that spine. I mean, it is beautiful, beautiful. Well, there's a couple of chicks right there. But the top looks kind of wavy, so I kind of wonder And then on the back, looks like a couple of stains. Check that out. Check that out. Yes, Justin, this is one of the greatest X-Men ever. But yes, alas, another crack case. So I'm going to have to check this out on eBay to see whether or not. Personally, I think 181 green labels are great. Who cares about the stamp missing and the slab? Exactly, Silver Age Dave. Because, yeah, I can't read it. I've got the facsimile cover. And so I've been picking up, if you've noticed some of my videos, I've been picking up a lot of homage covers to this comic right here. And that was why, because I was wanting to do the wall and nothing but homage covers, because there's a bunch of them of this right here. And put this one in the center and surrounded by a bunch of homage covers. Yeah, another crack. You know, it's crazy. Especially if I find out that it was not listed as that way. But what looks like what happened, it looks like it hit right there on that edge, and that edge was the side of the box that was messed up. So this kind of got shuffled around. It did go through Canadian shipping, but got to America fairly quick. And this was one of those ones that went dark on me because, like I said, Saturday it was showing that it was in Washington, or supposed to be here. And then all of a sudden there's no updates. Well, I appreciate you stopping by, Two Boys and Their Pops. Yeah, and yeah, it had to be from Meta because of where it's at. And let me go back and look on this one right here. Is it cracked on the same side? Yep, both of them are cracked on that side. So I imagine when it got boxed on that thing, it hit it just right and it caused that crack. So I have to make a choice because I'm sure there was some insurance on it. But my understanding of insurance, having dealt with a messed up package before, is that you have to give them the items back. And did he insure it for the proper amount? That's going to be the other deal. Because if he didn't insure it for what I paid for it, which was pretty significant, by the way. I mean, you know, I say pretty significant. It was a pretty significant purchase for me, especially all at one time. If you divide it up across the books and what those books are going for, it was not like I overpaid for it, but it was just a significant purpose. Communication is key. Exactly, Agu. So what I plan on doing is, K Titus, thank you for joining us all the way from Japan. Hey, another Wolverine thing there, because, you know, Wolverine hangs out in Japan and got a couple of girls pregnant and all that other kind of good stuff over there in the land of the rising sun. So anyhow, we shall see. Hopefully he will make it right. You can just return it and then have them pay the insurance and handle claim. Yeah, but I don't want to let go of it, man. That's the thing. I don't want to let go of it. It took me so long to get it. I'm going to just let it go. Let it go. I can't hold it back anymore. No, I don't want to get hit with a franchise, a mark for singing trademark song, but probably wouldn't anyway, because they say that's nowhere near what she sounds like. But anyhow, that is the deal. So I will contact him on my next video. I'll be sure to give everybody an update as to where we're at on that. And if I was able to get some partial refund back, I'll be happy, because, like I said, I'm more than likely not. Now that Wolverine 181, it actually looks like I could press it out, maybe get a grade bump, and on a book that's that expensive. And if I'm going to crack it anyway, that's pretty deal. Yeah, I could do that. That voice is bootyful. Yeah, it's full of bootyful. But guys, probably just hold on to them and think about getting them reslabbed at another time. Yeah, especially on the 181, because the 181 does look like it could get a grade bump if I was to press and clean it. And that one is one that I might could get John Romita Sr. to sign. I typically like to get my comics signed in person for the experience as much as anything. But he was doing a private signing, and he's 97 years old, so that's about the only way you're going to make that happen. So I might kind of take advantage of the situation and do that. If I can get a partial refund, I'll be happy and just go, whatever. Because reality, I'm going to stick these on my wall, and I'm never going to let it go. But it's going to be, never going to let you go. I'm going to hold you in my arms forever. Yeah. So depending on your age as to whether or not you know that song. So it's not going to go anywhere. So more than likely it'll just be up there. Check and see the Subdue channel's pretty much dead since I'm on other channels. Yeah, I know what you mean, man. So just get up in the chats and it will lighten it up. So yeah, I do appreciate everybody that checked this out live. I appreciate the congratulations, and I'll be sharing this on IG as well. But I do appreciate everybody. As I said before, I know there's other people that came in later on in the stream, so you didn't see this. But hopefully everybody's staying safe, getting caught up on some comic books, and if your area is opening up, that you're still staying safe, but able to get back to the LCS and maybe show them a little bit of love. And be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button on the way out, and hit the bell notification so that when I drop videos like this, you'll be one of the first people to know. Be sure to share this channel with your friends and hit up that 400 subscriber mark, and I can give away some comic books, people. Yeah, so give away some comic books on the 400 subscriber giveaway video. So appreciate whether you were able to check it out live or whether you're checking this out on the rewind. Until next time, keep reading and keep collecting. Adios.